Yo, what's up, guys? We back with another recap slash rant, man. And this is the Falcons versus the Saints. I believe it's week 15. The final score was the Falcons 18, the Saints 21. So that means this year the Falcons are 0-2 versus the Saints. This is pretty interesting, man, because this was one of those games where it's a Saints versus Falcons game, and I can't really say nothing too crazy. It was going back and forth as always. Losing to Andy Dalton and losing to Jameis Winston this season is kind of tough. But I told y'all, every time they utilize Taysom Hill, that's when we literally look like we don't know what the heck we doing. Taysom Hill, he comes in, he does what he needs to do, and he gets out of there. And I believe he was the one that threw that nice touchdown in this game. Taysom Hill, 2 for 2, 80 yards, and 1 touchdown, man. Like, if they just make this man a starting quarterback, he would be ridiculous. But Andy Dalton, he was 11 for 17, 151 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, you got to give him credit. I mean, Andy Dalton wasn't out there looking like a bum. I mean, he went out there and did what he needed to do, and they ended up winning the game. So, anyway, Alvin Kamara, who usually does not have a good game against the Falcons, I think it took him like 3 or 4 years just to get a touchdown against us. He was the one that really was carrying the load this game. 21 carries, 91 yards, averaged 4.3 yards a carry. And Taysom Hill, 7 carries, 30 yards, averaged 4.3 yards a carry as well. And I feel like what it was this game as far as the Falcons defense, first off, from what I heard, Dan Pease, for some reason, I guess in the beginning of the game, somehow he ran into like some special teams guy for the Saints, and the dude got caught off the field. He went to the hospital, but they say he's all right. He about to get flown to Atlanta. So I don't know if they already had the game plan and they just gave it to the dude and he was like, okay, run it. I don't know how that situation works, or if you have something, I don't know how that works. I don't know if he was like, yo, this is the game plan. They gave it to the other guy, the backup, or whatever they call him, intern, whatever. They gave it to him. I don't know if he was like, yo, this is what you got to do, or he was able to do that himself. But you definitely, for some reason, the fans is already saying that Dan Pease was trash. Oh, get him out of here, fire him. And to see him without him, you kind of noticed it, and especially in the first half. The first 2 drives especially, not necessarily the whole first half, but the first 2 drives. Because think about it, they only scored 21 points, and that's not really a lot of points, but it's just the big plays that really had messed us up this game. So it is what it is, man. Their tight end was going crazy. So his name was, I don't know if that's the tight end on that Jay Johnson dude. And I heard he's actually second behind Travis Kelce in receiving touchdowns this year. And I never even heard this dude before this game. So that's crazy that man is the second tight end, and they don't really talk about this, man. All you hear about Kelce, Kittle, and all them other guys like that. But this dude, I guess, somebody need to put some respect on his name. 4 receptions, 67 yards, averaged 16.8 yards a catch, and 2 touchdowns. And the other guy was Rashid Shaheed. I think that's his first and last name. 3 receptions, 95 yards, 31.7 yards. Dang, a catch and a touchdown. That man was going crazy. Jarvis Landry got locked up this game. That man was 0 for 0. So that's pretty cool to see that we did lock up. The defense played well. I like this. I'm glad that we was actually able to send some heat this game. Lorenzo Carter, Maloney. I told you they should use that man Malone. I don't know if it's Malone or Maloney, but they should use this man a lot more. I don't know why they don't. It seems like the defense, like the guys that make the most plays, for some reason not on the field besides Grady Jarrett. I don't know what that is. Maybe he was hurt. I'm not sure. But Rashad Evans, who I did not know before last week, because obviously we had a bye week. Rashad Evans, who was our middle linebacker, number 54 for the Falcons. I looked it up. That man was the number 1 tackler in the NFL this season. I think he had like 150 something. 130. He was, and they don't even talk about it. He is the leading tackler. I don't know about now because of the bye week, but that's crazy to think that one of our players is the leading tackler in the NFL. And they said we are the least penalized team in the NFL. Going to the games, it don't seem like it because I didn't go to this game obviously because it's in New Orleans. Shout out to my dad for being down there. But it seems like they always penalize us more at home than they do away. And it's crazy that we are the least penalized team in the NFL. That's good. That shows how the coaching is and stuff like that. But we still need to come out there and play. I don't know what they was doing this game. It seemed like we had opportunity to do stuff, but it's kind of But anyway, I'm going to get to the Falcons in a second on the side of the ball, but I want to make sure, where's that dude the dude on the Saints, man, it was a cornerback. He was playing his butt off. DeMario Davis was always good. He led the Saints team in tackles. Honey Badger was making tackles, swatting stuff. You already know it's Honey Badger and stuff like that. What was that dude's name? Where's he at? Taylor. My bad. Not Pete Warner, even though he did make a good play. That man, Taylor, I got to see his first name real quick. Alante Taylor, who was a rookie. That man played his butt off, man. He did a great job against Drake London. Even though Drake London had a great game this game, that man had 3 deflections, almost had like 2 picks. This man was playing his butt off. I don't even know like who that guy is as well, but after seeing that, he definitely has a bright future. I hope not. Well, I hope he does succeed, but because he's in our division, we don't want to see this man do good. So that's kind of something that, you know, as far as a fan looking at football, this man balled out. But I don't want this man to keep balling out because we don't want him to ball out because I'm a Falcons fan. So enough of the Saints, man. Like I said, Cameron Jordan, did he get a sack like he always does? Because he always talk trash. Did he get a sack? No. Honey Badger got a sack. Granderson. That man Street. That defensive tackle they had. That man is a baller. I'll give him that. But anyway, on the Falcons side of the ball, Desmond Ridder, for his debut, you could definitely tell he's a rookie, man, and you could definitely tell that he needed time to, you know, understand what was going on. And I had to give this man credit. You know, he had his family down there. This is his first game. Think about it. Mariota came to the team. His first team he played against was the Saints. We lost. And guess what? Desmond Ridder, this is his first game in the NFL, period, starting, and it's against the Saints, and we lost. That is not a good look at all. I mean, in that environment, the fact that how he handled himself is great. Like, that's a crazy environment. If he would have came out and won this game in that environment for his first game, you would have been like, all right, what's up, guys? For some reason, the dang computer froze. I never seen that. They trying to mess me up again when I did the recap Rant versus Steelers and stuff like that. But like I said, Desmond Ridder coming to this game, being that's the first game in the Saints environment, that hazardous, ridiculous, wild, all that crazy stuff that be going on down there. If he would have came out and won this game, that would have been crazy, man. But obviously it happened. But what I do like about this man, I hate that Arthur Smith and kind of let him loose, but I understand it. Algier had a great game, the best game of his career, obviously, because he's a rookie. And this man, I think they say he's the 3rd or 4th or something like that, whatever, behind rookies or whatever. So 17 carries, 139 yards, 8.2 yards a carry, and he has a touchdown. CP had 14 carries. I didn't realize he had that much. It seemed like they didn't utilize him that much, but he was getting kind of bottled up, but he did get a touchdown. 14 carries, 52 yards. And Desmond Ridder had 6 rushes for 38 yards. Average 6.3 yards a carry, so that's crazy as well. Caleb Huntley had 1 for 2. And Felipe, I don't know what the heck they was doing with Felipe, but it is what it is, man. So, yeah. Looking at Drake London, I definitely see a bright future, but it would have been crazy if we would have won this game. This would have been, like, people would have been going nuts about this. But I didn't see nothing about him that I did not like. So, especially at the end of the game, I hate that Drake London dropped that pass, even though Drake London had a great day, 7 receptions, 70 yards, averaged 10 yards a catch. But that fumble was not it, man. That was not it. It was not good. If we probably would have went under there and possibly won the game, but even when we got the ball back when we had 9 seconds to go, Desmond Ridder, his calmness was just, I was like, whoa, like, you can see that man was chill. I was like, yo, this man can do this. Like, I felt like the confidence in him watching the damn game, and I was like, yo, this man may do it. I don't know how we gonna do it because 9 seconds is kind of like, but I feel like if we had some more time, if we was in that position again, like, you know, where you can actually have a chance to do something, he would have did it. And this game, when he actually got going, even though they was running the ball most of the game, I feel like after this game and that starting off in that environment and starting off with that defense and that whole stuff going forward, this man should do great, especially going to Baltimore or whatever, or coming back home to the stadium. And I believe that it is going to go down to that last game because for some reason, what they say, the narrative is that probably all of the teams in the division will be, 6-9 or something like that. So maybe the Saints is about to lose against the Bengals or something like that. But that's a whole narrative. That's what they was commentating. Usually when they commentate stuff, the stuff comes out. You already know how it is. So I don't know what's up with that, but that's just how it is. But anyway, so yeah, Desmond Ridder, he definitely has a bright future. Like I said, I told y'all with Mariota, I told you every single week that, you know, he has some stuff going on mentally. I've been saying that every single week, man. He got to trust himself. He got to believe in himself. He's in his own head. Y'all heard the stories. You know, somehow he got benched. And then next thing you know, he was on IR, but I told everybody him having his baby at the time of his life was a blessing because this man probably could have had some self deletion or something like that. He probably could have went insane. But the fact that his kid came in his life right in his time, it probably saved his life. So if Mariota is really going through an injury, hope he gets better. If he just left the team and we're just talking about some junk, that's kind of messed up. But I hope he helps himself mentally and physically or whatever is going on so he can be there for his child. So there you go right there, man. Anyway, but like I said, this game on our part, it was all about Tyler Algier, 17 carries, 139 yards, 8.2. That was freaking insane. Seeing this man running, I haven't seen nobody run like that in a long time. I believe for the Falcons, they said William Andrews was in his rookie year. He had 1,032 yards. Jerry's Norwood was like 900 something. Shout out to Jerry's Norwood, man. Those were the good old days. And Algier is right there at number 2. But guess what? The season is not over. I don't think he's going to pass William Andrews because 1,000 yards is kind of crazy, and especially when we utilize all those running backs. But that would be cool to see this man, just go out there and play. But it's not about stats right now. It's about getting to the playoffs. But I do believe that we might end 6-9 or something like that. I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know what's going to go on, but it's going to come down to those last games because it seems like all these last games will be division games after I think they play them and they play them or whatever, how it goes. It's going to come down to those last games. And the fact that we have never beat Tom Brady and they win the division right now, it's going to go crazy. I feel like that last game, just imagine Desmond Ridder being a rookie playing at home against Julio Jones, if I might add. Hopefully he doesn't fake no injury or do some stupid thing. I want to see him play that game because we've been waiting for this man to come home. Even that preseason game when he played with the Titans a while ago, he didn't even get on the plane. Every time it happened with us, he didn't want nothing to do with us. So I don't want this man to run away. I want him to be in the stadium. I want him to hear the noise, to know everybody know what he said, even though we all acknowledge him as being one of the best receivers with us. You know what I'm saying? It could be him or Roddy White, however you want to take that. But I feel we can beat the Ravens. I feel we can beat the Cardinals. And I'm confident about Desmond Ridder that when we get to Brady, I feel like it will have to come down to the defense not necessarily playing instead of Desmond Ridder not doing good. So if it comes down to it, I feel like Desmond Ridder can be the guy that lead us. If we have to come back, I believe he can do it. But if it's Brady time and the defense is on the field, I'll be like, we ain't going to do it. But I feel like Desmond Ridder will have that Mahomes story. Maybe we make the playoffs. Maybe we lose a game. I don't think we go to the Super Bowl. I don't know. That would be nice. But I think he's going to have that Mahomes story, in my opinion. That, he set out that year, then he got his chance, and then he went to the Super Bowl, and, now he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Desmond Ridder being that guy who's never lost a game at home in college, never lost a game. That's freaking nuts. To come out here in this environment to start off like that and to go and just keep going all the way. If he wins the rest of these games and we go to the playoffs, if we get to the playoffs, I feel like this is going to be very exciting, very Mahomes-esque as they call it. So anyway, this game was cool. Like I said, it started off bad on defense because of the whole coach situation, but the dude that was the backup, cool dude. He seemed like he knew what he was doing after a while, but too many big plays. We got to do good on that. Defense, like I said, they was playing physical. We could have played better, obviously, to win the game. I believe Desmond Ridder did what he was asked to do, and some of the stuff was messed up, whatever. But as far as me feeling comfortable with him being our quarterback, I really believe that this man can take us to the next level. And I'm confident in him at the end of the games. I was like, y'all, I don't understand if y'all seen when this man, it's like certain demeanors. They say you can always tell when a dude is on some bull crap or when he's nervous or whoever. I know people body language. That man was like, let's go. This is the moment I live for. He was like, yo, I know my girl in the crowd somewhere. We about to do this. I told you I didn't see that with Mariota, and that was a difference. Mariota, you saw in his body language, even in his stands, you can see, even when they zoom in on his face, he's like, oh shoot, man, I'm scared. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And I don't like to kick somebody down, man, because I know he's going through some stuff. But I'm just letting you know the difference between him and Desmond Ridder. I seen this man. He was like, all right, bet. I'm here. We made it. We about to go ahead and win this game. But like I said, the time was against us. And then the drive before that, he got that 4th down conversion. It was clutch. And then, Drake London dropped the ball. I'm telling y'all, if he didn't drop the ball, we probably would have won the game. And if we had more time in the end, we would have won the game for sure. So that's the confidence that I see going into the next weeks. So yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all. I think I'm missing something. Michael Pruitt didn't get his touchdown this game, but he had 2 receptions, 20 yards. It was only Avery Williams, Pruitt, and Drake London catching passes this game, and that was about it. But hopefully next time, Arthur Smith, even though the running game excelled and did good, we only had 18 points. I feel like if they let Ritter really let him loose, like in Mahomes, what they say is good when you have to pull players back than to tell them to go. If they let this man really go loose and pass the ball, and he really get that connection with Drake, them Ricky connections, like, this is gonna be sick. I feel like, even though they both rookies, that kind of like that Jamar Chase and that Joe Burrow connection, this is gonna be a nice duo, man. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be one of those Manna Julio stuff, Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, and Torrey Holden, Kurt Warner type stuff. I feel like this is going to be one of those connections where they be like, you know what? We came in the league together. We about to go out in the league together. And we about to win a Super Bowl together. I feel like we can win a Super Bowl. And I don't know if it's going to be this year, but if it comes down to all these teams being tied up, because I think I seen something where they said, dang, I forgot what it said. Yeah, right now, the Falcons are 5-9. The Saints are 5-9. The Panthers are 5-9, and the Buccaneers are 6-7. So somehow, some way, that is crazy how that stuff happens. But we traded with the Panthers. We're 0-2 against the Saints. We already lost 1 against the Buccaneers. So maybe that last game, like I told y'all, man, they like to do stuff like this. That last game is going to determine everything, and that's going to be probably one of the biggest games in history for the Falcons, for us. And that's going to be when everybody will be like, okay, cool. Desmond Ridder is going to rob that game, and I believe the fact that it's going to take a rookie to beat Tom Brady for the first time ever in Falcon history, because that I told you. And yeah, so anyway, like I said, that's it. By the way, shout out to my boy Matt, man. I hate that he lost that game with the Colts. I hate that he's on the wrong side of history twice. That really messed me up. I watched that entire game and I was like, man, I hate it for him, because I already know he gonna get blamed for all of it. And I was like, man, I don't know if he messed somebody. Like, I don't know who he ticked off in the office or whatever, but that's terrible to be on the wrong side of history twice, man. The 2083 stuff, they're now 33-0. That's tough, man. I feel for him, and I already knew it was coming too. The comments and all the other stuff, people saying, "Oh, this, that," and Falcons fans commenting, "Oh, that's why we got rid of him," and stuff like that. I hate that, but hopefully, he does well over here. Hopefully, we do well over here, and we'll see how that goes, man. But anyway, shout out to Matt. Shout out to Desmond Ridder. Get well, Marcus Mariota, man. If you actually going through something, man, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, this game, we gotta do better, and we will do better, and I'm confident for the future. So, all right, man, I'm out.